8 most dangerous and breathtaking roads in the world. The roads that appear and disappear beneath the sea? Just how terrifying are they? What about those freezing roads? Cold enough to freeze everything in sight. How dangerous can they get? And let's not forget the roads that cut straight through cliffs. So terrifying they make your heart feel like it's about to jump out of your chest. What's so unique about them? Hey guys, KINHLUPTV here. Have you ever driven on a road so dangerous it gave you chills? Share your craziest experiences down in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Let's be honest, driving on smooth, straight roads? Nothing special. But taking on roads that are packed with danger, hanging off cliffs, twisting like a snake, or slippery enough to send you sliding. Even the best drivers out there would be shaking their heads and saying, "Nope, not today." Seriously. Even if someone handed you a fortune, would you dare? In today's video, KINHLUPTV is taking you on a journey to conquer 8 of the most dangerous roads on the planet. Get ready because these roads are seriously next-level crazy. If you're up for the adventure, let's dive right in. First, Pangi via Kishtwar Road. First off, we definitely can't miss one of India's most dangerous roads, Pangi via Kishtwar. It's a bumpy, rocky path sandwiched between steep cliffs and deep drop-offs that go thousands of meters down. This road is not for the faint of heart. One small mistake and you're done for. This 114-kilometer stretch runs through 2 mountain districts in Jammu and Kashmir, connecting the outside world to the mysterious Pangi Valley. And get this, it's only open in the summer. What makes this road stand out is that it's built over 4,000 meters above sea level and has been around for centuries, but it hasn't been repaired in decades. Crazy, right? It gets worse. The road is only wide enough for a Jeep, and there are no guardrails. But guess what? Trucks and buses still take the risk and drive it. And if 2 cars come at each other, one of them has to back up hundreds of meters to find a spot to pass. Imagine that stress. The most dangerous part is a 9.6-kilometer section with sharp rocks everywhere, just waiting to tumble down. Even the most experienced drivers need at least 4 hours to get through, and that's with their heart in their throat the whole time. A tiny mistake could send you off a 600-meter cliff. In winter, when snow and rain turn the road even slipperier, it becomes almost impossible to travel. Locals get completely cut off, and sometimes the government has to send helicopters just to rescue people. That's how serious this place is. And now, hold on tight because the next road we're talking about, just hearing its name is enough to give you chills. 2. The Death Road, Yungas, Bolivia. Can you hear that crackling under the wheels? Hold on tight, because we're on a road that'll have your heart in your throat. It's super narrow, barely 1 lane wide, and there are no guardrails. Yep, you heard me. No guardrails. Before it got its scary nickname, Death Road, this road was known as the North Yungas Road or Grove Road, built by Paraguayan war prisoners back in the 1930s. Drivers on this road face an 80-kilometer stretch with sharp turns, over 200 of them, and a sheer drop of nearly 1,900 feet. It's steep, super dangerous, and often gets blocked by landslides. And that's not even the worst part. Mist, fog, and rain mean you can't see more than a few feet ahead. The cliffs? Full of sharp rocks that won't be kind if you slip. So the safest way to go? Slow and steady, inching along as carefully as you can. Especially during the rainy season, this road gets even deadlier. A little slip up and you and your car could go right off the edge. Back in 1994, an average of 25 vehicles would fall off this road every year, killing around 300 drivers. That's why it's one of the most dangerous roads in the world. But despite all that, every year, hundreds of thrill seekers still come to drive it. Connecting Bolivia's capital La Paz to Coroico in Yungas, accidents still happen too. Since 1998, at least 18 cyclists have died on this road. The crosses by the roadside? Yeah, that's where they never made it back. Oof. Just thinking about it gives me chills. So, what about you? Would you have the guts to try this terrifying road? Drop a comment below with "No way" or "Let's do this," and let me know where you stand. Next up, one of the scariest roads in China. 3rd Guoliang Tunnel, China. Hey guys! So, aside from China's stunning views and beautiful rivers, it's also got some of the most dangerous roads on the planet. One that stands out is the Guoliang Tunnel, also known as the Quach Luang Tunnel. This tunnel was carved by hand through the Taihang Mountains, stretching 1,200 meters, about 0.75 miles, with a narrow width of only 4 meters. Yep, just wide enough for 2 lanes of traffic. Talk about tight. It's on the list of the world's most dangerous roads because of the constant danger lurking around every corner. The road has 6 tunnels and 30 small windows of various sizes, making vehicles weave through the rock with a deep cliff below. Just looking at it is enough to make your heart race. And that's not even the craziest part. There's also the most dangerous trail on Earth, or the wooden plank path in the sky, leading up to Mount Hua. To get to the top of Mount Hua, you have to climb 4,000 steps up a 1,800-meter mountain, about 6 kilometers. After that, you're clinging to the side of the mountain, walking along a wooden plank path just to reach the summit. No wonder they call it Stairway to Heaven. Hell is just one step away. If you're not up for the challenge, you might want to take the cable car instead of risking life and limb on that death march. Next, let's dive into some of Russia's most dangerous roads. Are they as scary as they say? Let's find out. 4 Kolyma Road, Russia. Alright folks, buckle up, because the next terrifying road we're talking about is none other than the Kolyma Highway, also known as the Road of Bones. Why is it called that? Well, imagine this. Thousands of prisoners lost their lives building this road in freezing temperatures of up to minus 50 degrees Celsius back in the 1930s to 1950s. Yeah, sounds pretty chilling, huh? Kolyma is actually the only road that connects to Yakutsk, the coldest city on the planet. At night, temperatures can drop to a bone-chilling minus 60 degrees Celsius. During the day, it only warms up to a balmy minus 51 degrees Celsius. Yikes. Now, part of this road is actually a frozen river, the Lena River, and you can only cross it from October to April when it's frozen solid. But even then, every year, dozens of vehicles get stuck, falling into ice holes while crossing. So yeah, not exactly a relaxing road trip. And hold on, when the weather shifts around July and August, heavy rains turn this entire road into a giant mud pit, practically paralyzing traffic. Only specialized vehicles can even get through. But wait, Russia's not done with its crazy roads just yet. There's also the dangerous mountain road that connects Adler and Krasnaya Polyana, which is notorious for being one of the most hazardous in the country. Why? Because it's claimed countless lives, especially soldiers during the Russian Civil War, 1917 to 1922. These days, the road is closed off, with a gate at the entrance, but guess what? There are still some thrill-seeking cyclists and tourists who go there to push their limits. I mean, some people just won't learn, right? Alright, now let's move on and check out some of the wild roads in Vietnam. Let's see if our roads are dangerous enough to make the world shake in fear. 5th Ma Pileng Pass, Vietnam. What you're looking at right now on the screen is one of the most dangerous roads in Vietnam, the Mam Pileng Pass, located in the Dong Van Stone Plateau of Hà Giang. Now, this road isn't all that long, just about 20 kilometers, but it's famous for its 9 sharp twists and turns, steep slopes, and an elevation of 1,200 meters above sea level. Pretty wild, right? People here tell stories of how the road was built, with tens of thousands of workers from all over northern Vietnam chipping away at the rock day and night. And the section through Ma Pileng? That was built by brave young workers who dangled themselves off the cliffs, inching their way across to get the road done in just 11 months. Talk about dedication. But if you think that's scary, wait until you hear about the 32-kilometer Pha Jin Pass, Son La, Dien Bien. This one is one of the 4 great mountain passes of the northern region. It's famous for being treacherous and precarious, with cliffs on one side and a deep, endless gorge on the other. One little mistake, and both you and your vehicle could go tumbling down into the abyss. Yikes. Super dangerous. And if you ever find yourself in the Yen Bai region, be extra cautious on the Khao Pha Pass. This winding, steep road is one of the most dangerous in Vietnam. It's tough to navigate and often covered in thick fog, which can totally block your view. So even though the scenery is jaw-droppingly beautiful, you gotta stay sharp. Don't let your guard down for even a second. Accidents can happen anytime. So who here has had the thrill of driving on these roads? Drop a quick review and let's see how many of you have made it through these heart-pounding routes. Next up, let's talk about some of the most terrifying highways in China. 6th Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. Hey folks, usually when we talk about highways, we think of smooth, straight roads connecting cities. perfect for all kinds of vehicles to cruise down. But if you're in Sichuan, China, and you're on the highway from Chengdu to Lhasa, Tibet, you might find yourself wishing you could scream from how insane it is. This Sichuan-Tibet highway is part of National Route 318, and it reaches an altitude of 15,420 feet. It's known for being dangerous, with plenty of hairpin turns that'll make your heart race, surrounded by towering mountain peaks. Add to that bad road conditions, dizzying heights, distractions from the breathtaking scenery, and steep slopes, and you've got a road that's a real challenge, even for the most experienced drivers. Fun fact, when construction started in 1950, more than 3,000 workers died by 1954 during the build. So yeah, it's that serious. Today, you have to be super careful driving here if you don't want to risk your life, especially in winter, when drivers need chains on their tires just to avoid slipping on the icy roads. Sometimes the snow is so thick or the roads get blocked by landslides and floods that vehicles can't even make it through. It's enough to make anyone nervous. I mean, it's called a highway, but this one is something else. One mistake and you're freezing in your seat. Scary stuff, right? All right, let's move on to the next part because who doesn't love a little more fear? 7. The Pan American Highway, the Americas. All right, we're talking about the Pan American Highway, a massive 48,000-kilometer stretch that runs all the way from Alaska in the US to Chile in South America. Yep, you're seeing it on your screen. This is the longest road in the world. It cuts through 14 countries and comes with its fair share of serious obstacles. The biggest danger on this road isn't the terrain or the crazy weather, it's the people. We're talking about drug cartels, armed rebels, and areas of political unrest, especially when you get to Mexico and Central American countries. This is where things can get real sketchy with armed robberies happening more often than you'd think. And if you think that's wild, check this out. Luxor al-Hurghada Road in Egypt, another spot you'll want to stay far, far away from. This road runs from the Red Sea in Hurghada to the ancient city of Luxor along the Nile River. Not only is it isolated and desolate, but it's also a hotspot for armed robberies and even terrorist activity. They'll open fire just to steal your vehicle and anything you're hauling. Dangerous doesn't even begin to cover it. So yeah, next time you're planning your road trip, maybe think twice about crossing these off-the-beaten-path routes. Not everyone makes it through. 8. Passage du Gois Road, France. This is definitely one of the most unique roads you'll ever hear about. It only appears twice a day, and each time it's visible for no more than 2 hours. This is the natural Passage du Gois Road, located in the Bay of Burnouf, first discovered on a map in 1701. Around 1840, horse-drawn carriages started using it, and later on, cars took over. The road itself is pretty short, just 4.1 kilometers, but it's full of risks. Normally, it's submerged under 1.3 to 4 meters of water, and it only appears when the tide goes out, which lasts for just 1 to 2 hours. So drivers have to watch out for waves that can come in and sweep everything away at any moment. To protect people, authorities built rescue towers along the road, where people can climb to safety and wait to be rescued if the water starts rising. But if you want to stay safe, just check the tide schedule ahead of time. That way, you can plan your trip without any surprises. Hey everyone, so we've just explored 8 of the most dangerous, terrifying, and challenge-filled roads in the world. Roads that you wouldn't believe actually exist. Which road stuck with you the most? Which one freaked you out? Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. If you liked the video, don't forget to give KINHLUP TV a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to always be the first to check out our newest and coolest videos every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.